Put the title up that we're talking about is Christianity or white man's religion. Isn't that right?
Amen.
Because you hear people like that talk about that stuff out in the community and on your jobs. Folks say, well, Christianity is just a religion that the white man brought over here and forced on us. This is what they gave us. You hear about some, I keep getting mixed up. Is it 5% or 3%? I don't know. Those percenters. And then you got the Hebrew Israelites, another group, Pan-Africanism, and probably some other segments like that. But they talk about us going back to our roots and that this religion was forced on us. Let's go back to our African religion and that kind of stuff. And to me, that's just ridiculous. You're talking about going back to something that you don't know anything about.
That's right.
I mean, you're talking about going back to religions. I mean, what religion are you going to go back to in Africa? Which one?
That's right.
There are so many, so which one are you going to go back to?
Amen.
And because records may not have been kept, how you know which one exactly did your ancestors believe in?
Amen.
How you know?
That's right.
Isn't that right?
Amen.
So what's the point of going back to that? But what some folks don't know, and I will share with you later on today, if not today, you come back next week, what they don't know, if you go back to some of your roots in Africa, you are going to find Christianity there.
Amen.
And it's been there for a long time.
Amen.
Even before the transatlantic slave system.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
So people talk about going back to their roots. This is what the white man gave us. They may go back to their roots, and then they see what the black man gave us. The same thing, Christianity.
Amen.
In some cases. Are you all following this?
Amen.
So, but before we talk about those things, because I want y'all to make sure that we know we don't get our identity based on the color of someone's skin, including the color of Jesus' skin.
Amen.
We get our identity because we're in Him.
Amen.
Are y'all following that?
Amen.
That's where we get our identity from.
Amen.
We don't have to prove Jesus' skin color for us to be able to identify with Him. We are so locked into skin color that thing becomes a trap for us, and you can end up missing out on something great because you're locked in on skin color.
Amen.
Amen. Even the Muslims who talk about Muhammad and how great he is. I mean, all the indications to me look like Muhammad was white. Amen. And then they run back talking about black this and black that. I thought that makes no sense whatsoever. Whatsoever. Y'all following this?
Amen.
Amen. So it's important that we identify with Christ because of who He is and what He's done for us. So whether His skin color is red, white, blue, black, brown, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's what He did for me.
Amen.
That's what counts.
Amen.
Amen. If you go to your job and your boss man offers you a job and says, we're going to pay you $150,000 a year, do you look at that and say, I ain't going to take that because that comes from a white man? Talk to me somebody. Would you walk up there and when he ready to hand you your check, or he offers you the job, you just turn away, I ain't taking that from no white folks. You would give that money? And you wouldn't think about whether that man black or white.
Amen.
You thinking green, honey. Amen. Amen. Am I telling the truth?
Amen.
You're thinking about what He's giving you. Amen. And let's say if He treats you fair. How many of you know, unless you way out there somewhere, regardless, if that man treats you fairly, shows he cares about you as a person and as an employee, he goes out there and he rolls up his sleeves and works just like everybody else and works as hard as everybody else, and he turns around and pays you $150,000. You wouldn't like that white man?
Oh, yeah.
Or would you say, he's fair white? That shows right there that you have such a hard heart. You ought to be thinking more so about the person.
Amen.
On the inside.
Yes.
And besides, how many, some people say, well, it's just hard to love white folks. Lord knows it's hard to love some black folks. You got to work on it.
Amen.
Just keeping it real. Some of them make you go, Jesus! Oh, Father, help us, Father. Hey, brother, make us hit soprano, man. We don't know where to go soprano or bass. We don't know which one to go to. I was talking to some of them. Y'all follow me? The whole point is, it doesn't matter what color the person's skin is. It's what's on the inside.